Hello, and welcome to this edition of EMS Now Up Close. I'm Eric with EMS Now, and today it's my pleasure to speak with Sebastián Fernández. He is the Director of Operations Mexico for WindSource Electronics. I'll ask Sebastián to introduce himself in WindSource here in a moment, but I've interviewed WindSource before. They are a global independent components distribution company. And Sebastián is driving their activities in Mexico. So it's a great opportunity to get caught up on a very important region for the electronics manufacturing industry. So, Sebastián, welcome. Thank you for taking time to speak with me today. And why don't we begin by letting you introduce yourself and WindSource for the benefit of the audience?
Hi, Eric. Hi, everyone. And thanks for the warming introduction. So I'm Sebastián Fernández. I'm the Director of Operations for WindSource here in Mexico. And I see our regional operations and customer supports across Latin America. WindSource was founded in 1999 and today is one of the leading independent electronic components distributors all around the world. We work with the manufacturing companies in more than 180 countries, and we offer a wide range of components from semis to ICs to passive and connectors. All kinds of technology, all kinds of lines we can deliver and get for the customers.
Cool. Excellent. I was looking forward to speaking to you because Mexico is a very, very important, very active part of the EMS industry, electronics manufacturing. And as a result, there's a lot of manufacturing done there. And I'd imagine the competitive landscape in Mexico is pretty intense. So let me ask, how do you describe kind of the current competitive landscape in Mexico? And how do you seek to kind of differentiate WindSource in there?
Yes, thank you, Eric. So I often say that our work is not just about delivering parts. Also, I think our most beneficial and our added value is helping customers maintain their production's continuity and make a better supply chain decisions for them. Here in Mexico City and in Latin America, all kinds of OEMs, CMs are coming into our country, also for the nearshoring from the US. But yeah, we are always adjusting ourselves to the changing market. We provide expertise. We provide a huge customer support. So I think that's our best value for the customers, considering we are one also of the most competitive and cheapest materials in the market.
Yeah. And remind me, does WindSource actually do you warehouse within Mexico or is that brought in from elsewhere?
Not yet. Everything is shipped from Shenzhen, China, Asia. But in the short and mid-term plans, we are opening a facility and a warehouse here in Mexico. I think it will be in the northern region of Mexico, but we are also looking for something around Guadalajara or the central for the strategies, Eric.
Yeah. Guadalajara, the Silicon Valley of Mexico, as they call it, right?
Oh yeah, sure. We have the top seven, the big seven over Guadalajara. You know the big fish, the Jables and Mina,
Mhm.
Flash, Benchmark, all those guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, Silicon Valley, Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me, let me back up a little and ask about Mexico generally. So in your opinion, kind of what are kind of the key benefits and challenges that are shaping Mexico's industry today?
In Latin America, mostly in Mexico, especially in Mexico, the electronics manufacturing industry is developing very, very quick, very rapidly, with more and more companies expanding their productions and the capacities in the region. So, to better respond to your question, WindSource has taken time to deeply understand the local market and supply chains ecosystems, and we are building a strong collaboration mechanisms with multiple partners in Mexico.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's all about quick. We don't do like more paperwork and delays in our supply chain. We are very fast. We quote in mostly 24 hours, and we deliver in 1 week, something like that, Eric.
Oh, wow, that's excellent. And how is and how do I want to ask this? The challenges down there, I know that you mentioned the nearshoring to the United States being an important factor for a lot of companies coming in there. I would imagine that there's also a hunt for talent. Companies, as they come in, are trying or looking to hire good people who know the industry, and it must be hard to maintain and keep good people in that kind of an environment.
Oh yeah, for sure. At this point, Eric, we are still hiring. We are open for new colleagues. But
Mhm.
one year from now, I started for the only Mexico account manager in the country, and today we are 5 people, and we are looking for expanding up to 15 or 20 people this end of the 2025 and for next year. Our strategy and plans are huge, are big, so we are always working and adapting to the new circumstances, Eric.
Yeah. And yeah, I wanted to check too. I mean, how are you supporting you mentioned the support to customers and what you do, but let's talk about that a little more. Yeah, how's Windsource supporting customers in Latin America, obviously, particularly Mexico, through your kind of global supply and logistics network?
Okay. So we practically, Eric, do like a tailor suit. We go visit our customers in a daily basis, myself and our colleagues. So we receive directly, we set the pain points from them, and we transfer them to our colleagues in China, and then we work. The action begins. We start working, negotiating. We supply all the materials they need, then we quote with super competitive pricing, and then we see the fit and see the needs of the customers, so we can ship with our own forwarders. We use our own. We can use a third-party logistics. We see the pain points of the customer, so we can deliver in time and inform for them, Eric.
Yeah. And tell me, are there any particular industry segments or sectors, product sectors that you see as really kind of growing well within Mexico? You know, people talk a lot about the AI thing and the servers that are being done, and maybe automotive isn't as strong as it used to be. How do you see what's happening in Mexico in that sense?
Yeah, of course, Eric. Here we have a mix of OEMs and CMs, but actually, returning to your point, the automotive industry, it's a huge market for us. Yeah, they buy millions of parts. So we ship them into Mexico, and then with the tariffs that are still uncertain, but we ship and save some costings for the US. So I say that like the automotive, but also the medical industry is growing pretty fast. Also the aerospatial, also the lighting. All kinds. Also here in Mexico, we have that market for the home appliances. We have the Mave, the Ewo, some of the big guys. So many production sites are here. They design and approve in other parts of the world, but the production it's sometimes here huge. So it's huge for us, Eric. That's a good
Yeah.
advantage for us.
You mentioned in there, and I just ask real quick, you mentioned tariffs. So what impact, if any, is that having on your business?
It's still or sentence for the government, but at this point, Eric, we are shipping directly from China to Mexico, so we are only paying and having the tariffs and the taxes,
Yeah.
but not yet for our market here in Mexico. We don't see that much impact for exporting to the US. So yeah, that's another big opportunity and big value for us, Eric.
Yeah, no, definitely. So you mentioned a few items there, but I want to kind of get a summary of it. I mean, as you look ahead, how does Windsource plan to kind of further strengthen its presence and service capabilities even within Latin America?
Okay, so I believe that in the coming years, Latin America, especially Mexico, will continue to be a key focus in global manufacturing. As we mentioned and discussed earlier, Eric, more and more companies are investing and setting up production here,
Hmm.
which also means that customers now expect faster responses, more stable deliveries, and a stronger local support from their supply chain partners.
Yeah.
So for us, the priorities for the future are quite clear. First, we are continue to expand our local team in Mexico, to make the communication faster, efficient, and response times even better and effective. So at this time, I'll say we'll keep enhancing our supply chain collaborations capabilities through a stronger system connectivity and a better data integrations. So we can match customer materials need more accurately and identify potential risk early. So we can reduce unexpected supply chain interruptions early. So saying in other words, we anticipate the market trends. We see some shortages or some materials getting detained or something like that. We inform our customers and we can help them evitate and avoid some peaks or some line downs in their productions.
Yeah. And from a country perspective, I know that you're currently primarily Mexico, but when we think Latin America, we obviously think of a lot of countries south of Mexico. So I think in terms of like Costa Rica having a very vibrant industry, and Brazil is very strong down in South America. So are those some countries that you look to cover in the future?
Oh yes, for sure, Eric, and thank you for asking that. At this point, 1 year from now, we're only focusing in Mexico. But you are correct. You are very correct, Eric. Costa Rica is growing in so many matters. They are building some medicals. OEMs, they are always approving components, but also Colombia, Argentina are investing a lot in lighting materials, also industrial. And maybe I think for the long term, Brazil it's growing pretty fast, but it's treated as another huge continent. So for now we will go to Latin America, stopping in Chile, Argentina, and Colombia.
Okay. And as you said before too, earlier in the interview, you mentioned that while everything is currently being shipped from Shenzhen over, the plan in the future is to warehouse something locally for you.
Yes, that's correct. Shipping next to Mexico, it's very, very good added value for us, Eric. We can also support our customers, having the materials ready between 24 hours or maybe 48 hours, something like that. But that means shorter and quicker responses time. They will have their materials available every time in our warehouse in Mexico. So I think that's not all of our competitors have that kinds of separate of us from them. So in the short term, 6 months, 1 year from now, Eric, we can talk again, and we will have our our warehouse here in Mexico.
No, that's excellent. That's good to hear because I think that is important for a growing year, especially in order to do quick turn and help your customers kind of respond quickly to the market demands that they're receiving, right? So,
oh yeah, for sure. We consider our customers like our right arms and our families. We have a very, very good relationship and connection with them. So their pains are our pains, and we are here to support every one of them.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Well, Sebastian, this has been excellent. You've given a great overview, I think, of both not just WindSource, but also about some of the trends and what's happening there in Mexico, which is going to continue to be, I think, one of the premier spots for electronics manufacturing globally. So it's good to hear these updates. And, hopefully you will come back on maybe next year and give an update and tell us what's happening and how the business continues to evolve and develop there, both in Mexico and in Latin America.
Oh no, for sure, Eric. And let's talk in 1 year from now, Eric, and it will be a whole different panorama from this. But and thank you for the good questions. Thank you for the time, and it's been a pleasure, Eric.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'm going to put you on the calendar for next December now. So
sounds perfect, Eric.
Very good. Listen, Sebastian, have a happy holidays.
You too, Eric. Thanks a lot for the time and the questions, and take care, my friend.
Thank you.